Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Disillusion Plays, where we play the games and do the voices. Last time, there was some foul play.
Oh, I see what you did there.
As it seems that Mr. Bruce Fairplay had found himself into Magnus McGuilded's little book of debts.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, it also seems that someone's been telling some porky pies about putting up the fares, much to the guild's dismay, and also not actually quite seeing the actual point of the murder, and we're not actually sure if it was actually Magnus McGuilded sat next to him.
Indeed.
We've also found out that there was a stowaway on board in the form of a young girl
Yours.
who has now had to take the stand.
Yours.
But before we...
After she smoke bombed and cleared out the courtroom.
Yes. Yes.
But before we find out just why she was there, I'm Sarah.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Taylor.
And if you do like what we do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you're notified of our video uploads every Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah. And we're straight in.
Yes, of course. The whole bus was submitted as evidence. Oh, right. And then there was this thing where we had, looked underneath the seat 5 times to discover that there was a compartment hidden inside.
Oh, yeah.
Which is obviously where the stowaway was hiding.
Yeah.
Except we looked at the banana instead of the picture of the banana.
Yeah, the banana, once again.
That's it, instead of the picture. Yep.
For God's sake. Fickle game. Fickle game. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside.
No, again?
We've already done several times. And that's when I found her.
Thank you. I've heard enough. The events as explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl?
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Who could it be? Who could it be? Who's it gonna be?
Wrong game.
Is it?
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord.
Oh, okay.
Strahd, okay.
Okay, bit of the old Herlock Sholmes influence.
Yeah, but female.
She's a chancer. Earns her crust among large crowds for leaving people out their purses.
Not a police person, then.
So
Police.
she's a bit of a no, not the inspector, but
Yes.
a pickpocket.
A bit of a role reversal.
I like it.
What's commonly called a pickpocket. What?
This girl here? A petty thief? Oh my goodness, how terrible. Oh, it's very disappointing. Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Lestrade?
Now, what kind of voice do we think she'll
I
have?
ain't saying nothing.
Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question.
Oh, God! Whoa!
That's a criminal
How
offence.
dare you? What is the meaning of this?
Phased out.
Oh! The girl. She's gone.
Open your eyes.
I feel that's
is this her?
That's going to be her, isn't it? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Open your eyes. I'm over here.
Oh, there we are.
Good gracious. How?
What was the point in that little sidestep?
I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you'll say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what's in your heads, ain't it?
No, not at all. At least it wasn't.
All right, Boris, calm down.
I don't know. I have no idea what you mean.
This is a court of law. We are not.
Oh my goodness! Green smoke. Is this? No. So you gotta be careful, Ryunosuke. Everyone knows that green smoke is poisonous.
It's poisonous.
It's poisonous.
Look,
Oh, the
knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers.
Oh, okay. I'm just not going to do anything with that.
Oh, get out.
She pickpockets, right? She steals things. That's what I meant.
I'm a professional, all right. Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do.
I like that the buttons on her hat look like little eyes.
Yeah.
Got eyes.
Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs?
Oh,
no.
this? Yeah, this is what... sorry, my voice is gone. Yeah, this was in a bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the four-wheeled drags.
You'll notice as well, the design on the gun is very reminiscent of that on Mr. Shows' attire.
Yes, a little bit steampunky.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best.
Oh, do not wave that thing in my direction again.
No, here he goes again. He's got a drinking problem.
So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question? Oh, the glare.
'Tis all right, lass. You can tell them the truth now.
That's a little bit of a that's a little bit of a tail whip. Like Pokemon tail whip. Like he's on a little turntable. He just rotated it.
All right. Yeah. It's just like the Irishman said.
The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please.
I feel like if the judge has got a voice like that, he'd be a bad judge, wouldn't he? Because everyone would be like, "You what?
You what, mate?
Sorry, could you speak up a bit?
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Sorry, what?"
I mean, I'm just happy that Sarah gets to finally speak in her natural accent.
What are you talking about?
That's it, the natural British accent.
Yeah.
You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question.
Oh, if I must. All right, if I have to.
But lying's so much fun. What the girl saw.
So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, like always. But it was right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for my troubles that night. I tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out my skin, I did. And the scream just came out. It's because It's because all that this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind.
Because of that. Oh, I see.
Yes, he let you go.
Yours.
I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGuilded.
Oh, 'tis simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I know that for a fact.
Because she was under me backside the entire
Yeah.
time.
How? As I'm sure I said before, sir.
Turns out he's actually just really light.
I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself.
I think a demonstration is called for.
You're having a
Is
laugh,
he going to get her
right?
to climb into the freaking...
This is where I was sat that night.
And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume.
Oh, well, that doesn't seem familiar.
Yes. It does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature.
Aye, but of course, the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I'd parked myself on the seat for the duration.
Ah! Oh, yes, of course, that does make sense.
So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I know that if the police found her in there, it automatically assumed she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent.
even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question.
Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent.
Yes.
So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass.
My goodness.
And then I summoned my stand, you see.
What a perfect gentleman.
My lord, this fine example of a man can't possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir.
Boom.
Kaboom.
Ta-da.
What a turnabout!
Oh my goodness. Swing.
With calm, calculated reasoning, one rides clearly at the truth every time.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of her after she talked dirty about my knife. But
Well, there we go.
Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, saints alive! All 6 members of the jury consensual in their leaning to a verdict of not guilty.
this has never happened before.
Everyone's each with the
Condemn
wine.
the people here to death.
Mr. Naruhodo, this... Well, it must mean...
I'd like to do a summation examination, if you
Yes.
please.
Must mean what?
that we're victorious!
Not so fast.
We've won? Are you sure?
There we go.
Objection!
Oh my goodness. Hello.
If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy.
Oh, gold! Jesus!
This really is a consummate example of the the monumental flaw in British judicial practices.
Being able to listen to contradictory evidence and arrive at a separate conclusion?
Where evidence and
gasp.
reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day.
Emotion?
The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature.
What do you mean, his true nature?
Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? Oh, God. When I run out of air at the end of the sentence, it sounds so shit.
Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by the officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witnesses put it, was included in their investigation. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good,
But there doesn't appear to be anything written on that paper.
good lord. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGuilded's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat.
What?
Oh, bother.
Order! Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been effected, counsel?
What, during the smoke bomb?
Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened.
Yeah, because it was full of stuff, wasn't it? When we
it
investigated
was,
It was,
in our
yeah.
multiple instances of investigation, there was stuff in it, and I was thinking it seemed empty. That
Yeah.
was a bit weird, but I thought that was just for the demonstration.
And breathe.
However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend,
Me?
when the carriage was submitted as evidence, Doubtless you examined it in fine detail. No,
Several times,
no
in
less
fact.
than 5 times. As would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be?
Well, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. Oh, this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeiks.
Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter?
I'm confused.
Excuse me, who turned off all of the torches? The gas lights or the oil lamps?
Paraffin's run out.
Yes.
How am I supposed to answer?
Bloody paraffin.
What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the
I was
seat
saying,
in the omnibus?
It wasn't empty.
I felt like there was a multiple choice coming.
Oh yeah, but we need to be honest, don't we? If we lie,
Yeah, we do. Well, because if we're not, then Suzado's going to be like,
Steaming in the corner.
like Sarah when we say Mukro Kusaba too many times. It wasn't empty.
I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense. But as far as I remember, at least. When I first examined the compartment...
Oh my god, Taylor. You're doing it on purpose now.
Yes, I did that on purpose. I'm fairly certain there were a number of articles inside it, yes.
Are you sure, counsel?
Ara, bewist? What are you saying now, you daft daw? I thought you were on my side here.
What game are you playing? Your task.
I believe the Great Ace Attorney.
I've never heard of such a thing. Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position?
Oh, bother.
That's a good point, actually. Smack. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know as clearly and as honestly as possible.
Interesting.
It is not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGuilded. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interest here, lad. Now then. A fella's memory is a curious thing, and not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That there cubbyhole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is.
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm starting to think that maybe
He got her in it?
is guilty.
No, maybe.
Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interests now to admit that you might have been mistaken? Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here?
I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The Guild's rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. That money-lending fleecer and the pick purse are lying.
Oh no. Here we go again.
Oh dear. can't believe I was nearly taken. That's not the voice I was using. Hey, stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, the lot of them. What? Oh, no. Oh. It's a trick. Of course it's a trick. Oh, this was not how it was supposed to go. Perhaps I should have lied.
Quite so. I must concur here.
Jesus Christ, these guys are so changeable.
Yeah.
They're so fickle.
You know, perhaps we should find an alternative system. This is very quite inefficient when they have to change their opinions multiple times.
Shh. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time.
Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems.
My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate.
Oh, so now you want to prolong the trial?
Thank you, Counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please.
Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. I mean, by that I mean 3 votes back the other way, but whatever. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work. No, Renoski, this was all really on you. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem.
Swing.
Cross-examination.
Yeah, the horses like always.
But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for my troubles. I tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I heard this loud bang. It jumped out my skin, and a scream just
Where
came.
did the loud bang come from then?
It's because of that this swell found me. Right. So yeah, sorry. Oh god damn it!
When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor?
I don't think it'd be that loud, though, would it? It'd just be a bit of a thump, a bit of a thud. And I suppose in a moving carriage, which would already be kind of noisy because, you know, the wheels on the cobbles.
Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump.
And you let out a scream, involuntarily?
That's right. And then I felt the cushion over my head get lighter all of a sudden.
Okay.
Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes.
That cubbyhole must be smaller than I thought. Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim. Could it not?
Well, girl, did you see what happened at that crucial moment?
Yeah, I saw it. I pushed up the cushion and had a quick butcher's while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGuilded's account, of course. But then the fella suddenly turns round and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should have never risked looking.
What does she mean by a quick butcher?
A quick look.
Like, yeah, a quick
a
look.
A butcher. It's a
yeah. I'll
it's
have a butcher's.
It's a slang term.
Yeah. Right, so I guess do we start from the top then?
I guess so.
So, you were already inside the omnibus before it even set off on its run?
Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of spending a joey to make a few bob, eh? That's the rum idea, innit?
Susato? What does she say? I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money.
Yeah.
It actually makes sense.
What he said.
It actually makes sense.
I like how he understands.
I just like how he's having to qualify the rhyming slang.
Yeah.
Oi, it's bing bong o'clock, isn't it?
No,
That actually makes sense when you think about it, because the clock goes bing bong when it reaches the time. Oh, Castle, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. Tenants.
Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20 to which the cabman testified. And 1 little scapegrace riding for free. Scapegrace.
The red conch of a driver always goes for some grub before his last run, see? So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right?
But your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no?
Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much.
Huh. Well, wait. So that implies that it was empty? Or at least that she removed the contents of it?
Yeah.
Weird.
Or she's lying to be consistent with McGuilded.
Equally true. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all the stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, we really don't know much in the way of scale on this, do we? No banana, so it's hard to know if she could have fit under the seat with the stuff in there. It seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue.
A right old waste of time. So presumably she didn't... do we press this? Presumably she didn't pickpocket it.
Yeah,
Or do we just press it anyway?
we may as well, yeah.
Do it!
A waste of time? Why is that?
Well, most nights I'm on my own in the Sorry. Well, most nights I'm on my own in the God permit, at least some of the time.
God.
I beg your pardon? Did you say God permit?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what my kind call it.
What my kind call it.
You say the omnibus, I suppose.
They call them God permits. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got one in it. Ain't got the fucks. Whoops, I forgot myself.
Gavel.
Sorry.
See, that's the problem. Sarah has embraced her rough, coarse inner urchin, and now the filter has
Yeah,
gone
I'm
off.
just in character now.
That's it.
Point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while.
And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away.
That's it. Only that night, this cove was sat in my seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck.
Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, mister?
To be sure. I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift a cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you? So this Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then.
Okay. I mean, I feel like this one seems pretty obvious.
So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all?
Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with my head and have a look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher's at who I'm going to fiddle. Oh, that sounded so wrong.
This freaking language.
That sounded so wrong.
Oh my goodness me.
I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher.
I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other ones, see? So most of the time the passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head.
And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out. I see.
Truth is, I ain't too happy in small, dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink. But it's the only place to hide in them carriages, so it's Hobson's choice.
Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open, then? I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her
I'm sorry, Taylor, what was that?
demeanor.
So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out under there. Nothing else for it.
Okay, and then the last one, and then we're truly confused.
And when Mr. McGuilded discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place.
I was scared stiff, I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on a seat and all.
Next to the victim, Mr. Mason?
Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. And the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. Oh, how awful.
Which explains the bloody hands, yeah. There we go.
Both my hands got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog.
Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGuilded for a while. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Why was I trying to read that?
I don't know. He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name and what I was up to in that. And I heard something from up above. Someone screamed.
That was me!
Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume.
Well, I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and here Irishman says to me, "Get back under the seat. I'll see that you can get away later."
Oh my goodness.
That was a pretty good impression.
An impressionist as well. Very impressive. What am I doing? I'm letting myself get pulled in by this urchin.
All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent.
For one brief shining moment, yes.
It's clear that they were all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony.
So...
Do we need to look back in the carriage, then?
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? Because it's like, the carriage is obviously going to be full of stuff, but we don't have it as like a piece of actual evidence, do
No.
we?
There's blood on the floor now.
Wait,
That was not
That
there
was not
before.
there before.
no. Okay, hang on, I'm going to ignore it for a second.
Someone's gone and spilled ketchup all over the seat.
Now it's empty.
Okay, what the actual frick? Okay, so hang on, let's look at this.
This is a storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. That's blood, isn't it?
Is something wrong?
Oh, it's just, well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. And yet Van Zeiks has made no mention of it.
I suppose that does seem a little strange.
Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Is it a recent blood stain, then? Can we present that as evidence?
I don't think so. It wasn't added to the record, was it? Still the Phoenix Wright omnibus. They've not like done a bait and switch on the entire bus.
Oh god, that would have been impressive.
Oh, I know, but it's a Phoenix
Middle of
Wright.
the courtroom.
It's a Phoenix Wright game. I don't put
Well,
anything
yeah,
past
true.
them. Like,
The murder actually occurred in a separate carriage, and then they got a different identical carriage.
Oh god.
yeah. And they did it.
How old is Van
And they
Zeiks?
did it an hour later. 32.
How old was
Oh,
Lestrade?
32.
How old was Lestrade?
17.
17.
So she's not a child, really.
Yeah, she's older than Susato.
Although Magnus McGuilded 48. Okay.
Hey now, fella.
Nice of the old.
I'm 30 at heart, you know.
I'm sure we would clinch the verdict we want.
Yes, I think you're right. And I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Oh yes, that's the taste of blood.
Oh.
I don't know what to do. Because we don't have like a bit of evidence to contradict any of this, do we? Religious knife in the victim.
See, I'm wondering what the bang was.
Yeah, no, me too, but I don't think we've got anything to talk about that. Let me show me troubles. Blind seeing the high place at the pitch there. Yeah, this bang.
Can you present the omnibus?
Where?
I don't know, but just I'm curious if you can present
Unless it's
it.
I'm 100%
unless
sure
it's
we'll
the
be able to-
picture because he's been stabbed. There wouldn't be a bang if he's been stabbed.
Well, they've set him back on the seat though, haven't they?
Yeah.
They popped him back on the seat.
I mean, McGuilded still has not offered an explanation for why his knife was found lodged in the other guy's gut, but that's not...
Yeah. Right, so hang on. So, blind seeing a hiding place. It's pitch in there. There's right with the same show for me troubles. So, let's try this one, because this is the one where she mentioned that she takes everything out the carriage. Nope.
No.
Yeah, so no. Okay. You don't...
I mean, is it when you pressed it earlier, didn't she say that she had chucked everything out and that she doesn't know anything about
She did, but
that?
they'd have to add it. It usually adds it if
Yeah.
there's something important,
Yeah.
and it's not added anything from pressing
You
it.
don't think the other thing is that maybe we need to look at Magnus because it's not... Maybe it's like he's got a tick and it's not pointing it out. You know, usually it sort of makes a noise, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think they're trying to introduce the idea that they say stuff... Oh, shit. Whoops.
Let me ask you something, Mr. McGuilded.
Or do you think...
Oh, do we have to do this then?
Well, I was going to say, wait.
Oh, and what would that be, fella? Do you have something to say about that last statement? No, not really. I'm altogether happy with what's been said. Kind of you ask.
Oh, do you...
Still
Oh,
no.
actually, yeah, do you think the fact... Like, the other way round. She says something and he didn't react. And that's strange. On something. I'm not sure what. We might have to go through
Maybe.
again. But do you think that might be a third?
Here, have yourself a tip. Ah! Does he think I was asking after his general well-being?
A few moments later.
Okay, and so after that sort of bumbling around, stabbing
Yeah.
in the dark, here we go. So, on with the game.
So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all?
Do you want me to say it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Not a jot! Most days I push the cushion out with my head and and look out the crack. Then I could have a butcher's who I'm gonna fiddle.
I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher.
I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time the passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over my head.
And for that reason, you weren't able to push up the cushion up to peek out. I see.
Truth is, I ain't too happy in small dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in a clink.
What's this?
The thing that
Excuse me?
definitely did not happen before.
Excuse.
Is something wrong, Mr. McGuilded?
Like, could you have react earlier?
Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no, 'twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lasses
Oh,
all.
like you
when
were
he,
laughing
when he
to
does
yourself.
that.
Oh, the war is me.
I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared in the dark now.
For God's sake, Taylor. Sympathies.
Aye, and I don't know about yourself. But I find that the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well.
Okay, explaining.
He said, looking at her pointedly.
Explaining the bang, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose it does. Maybe.
Miss Lestrade! Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps?
Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring.
What about the thump?
Also, the Irishman snoring, which you didn't mention prior.
Yeah.
But jabbers! There's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little
So,
scamp.
yeah, so I guess they're clearly sort of in it together.
What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue.
Susato!
Yeah, because
She literally mentioned it!
he can't have killed someone if he was snoring.
Yes. What should we make of that last statement of
It's
hers?
profoundly important. Yes.
My lord! I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important.
Good gracious. Profoundly important. But all she said was that she heard nothing.
Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it.
I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern mind, Council. Nevertheless, Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please.
Hey, speak up, I can't hear you, love. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. Well, it won't work on me.
That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move.
I was straining my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snoring.
You what?
Well, I'm just thinking.
You what, mate?
Yeah, so here she didn't say McGuilded snoring.
So you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself?
Oh, not exactly, no.
Sorry?
Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got my head down so he didn't notice me.
And Mr. McGuilded sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct?
Yeah! Would you add him believe it, eh? What a mug! So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out as soon as I heard him leave, see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was.
We'll have words about that later. Are there any conclusions we can draw from that, I wonder? It doesn't add up, though, because if she never heard the door open again, when did what's-his-face get on?
When did Mason get on?
Yeah, when did Mason get on? Because if she never heard the door open again, when did Mason get on? And more
I suppose,
importantly,
yeah, that's a good point.
Killed him.
Yeah, because I suppose, yeah, she got
said
on
that-
before everyone else, right?
Yeah, and it was empty. And then
She
Magnus
got on before everyone
on.
else.
Yeah.
She saw McGuilded, then she hid under
Yep.
the seat, then he took his pigs to market, and then she didn't hear the door open again.
Yeah. So, yeah, when did Mason get on? And then there's the other people. Well, would she have heard the passengers getting on at the top as well?
Maybe, but it
no,
doesn't
but
matter, though.
she specifically mentioned that the door specifically. So it leaves the question of both when Mason got on and when another murderer, if there was one, potentially could have come and
Yeah.
left. Miss Lestrade, what you have just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts.
Uh-oh.
Hatoz? Are you sure, man?
Absolutely.
It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared.
So Van Zeiks realistic too.
Taylor!
Will you
Come on.
stop butchering the British accent, man?
Just because it's not got a Z.
Oh, of course.
Z.
Yes,
That's what
there's
he's
no
doing.
Zs,
Of course.
no Zs.
Of course.
So he's taking the piss.
You taking the mickey?
Counsel, I
Yes.
must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least.
Yes, my
Oh
lord.
shit!
Oh, crap. I've actually got to present something.
I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court.
According to Miss Lestrade, whilst she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGuilded snoring. But think, Ryunosuke, think!
Slap.
the
It's
lip
the lip
wiggle.
quiver.
Yeah.
Something else she should have heard. Show a person.
Yeah, show a person.
Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate.
Boom.
On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person. Thrice fired Mason!
Thrice fired Mason?
Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear is that of the victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus.
Well done,
Oh, bother.
Order! Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel.
Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I?
And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGuilded. That it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't travelling with anyone else, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure.
And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its onward journey. During which time did you not hear the door opening or closing at all?
No, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't I? Waiting for this swell to leave.
In which case... When and how did the victim end up in the carriage?
That's quite important.
We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Shite.
Yes. This petty thief's statement was clearly flawed.
This petty bois.
Petit bois.
Was clearly flawed.
Lord Van Zeiks.
Yes. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement.
It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend.
What are you talking about?
You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colourful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more.
You what?
Well, he's dead right.
Is that right? How could the victim possibly not have
Let's
burned
be
the
expensive.
omnibus?
That's no
whatsoever.
sense whatsoever. And this girl's a pickpocket, let's not forget that.
Oh, Granny's armed and
Granny.
ready.
No,
Clenched fists
Granny
of
Smith.
justice.
Oh no.
Oh, the tension.
Shut She didn't even say anything.
I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she had some rather naughty ways. But I must say... I can't abide liars.
That's a tip.
And neither can I.
Oh, bother.
Mr.
I
Foreman!
have decided that I can go to the pub after all. I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars.
Oh, bother.
Kadushk.
You just plagiarized the statement of the grandmother.
Maybe. No, I did not.
Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty.
Thank you, Susato. I can count.
Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me.
He just ate the wine.
Yes, very refreshing.
What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern Amadan?
Oh no.
This is carnage. It's
Oh,
perfect.
God. That made me actually cringe. Shivers went down my spine.
Oh my goodness.
Juror number 2 is the only one left. Please?
Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going.
I know if we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGuilded's innocence, which I keep seeming to blow holes in because of my dedication to the truth and justice and all that rot, the judge will rule we'll have lost.
I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen. But
No,
those
but
of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Oh, we'd have to do a summation examination again.
Hold it!
Oh.
hold it!
What are you doing? You fool!
Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case.
What are you saying?
Counsel!
Can't see you.
I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean?
Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my adjudication. Explain yourself at once.
Well, the thing is, if he never actually boarded the omnibus, then how was he stabbed?
When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand.
And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage.
If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus?
Oh, you don't think somebody climbed
yes,
climbed
that
down
bit.
from upstairs, do you? They lifted. Can they lift the thing? Can they lift the skylight? And
I don't know.
when they went down, that would explain the
And that's
bang.
the bang.
It was them landing on the floor.
That looks like a.
Oh, there does appear to
that
be a
does look
latch.
like a little
Is
latch,
that what
doesn't it?
they've done? Was somebody on top that they couldn't see?
And that's why they never heard the door.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, and they killed him up top and threw the body down.
They must have.
Oh.
They killed them up. They killed them up top, dropped the body down. That woke up McGuilded.
That sounds
Oru. It's like, I know we're getting into character of.
No, because now you're making me sound horrible.
It was really funny.
I don't know what that's.
But no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They were killed up top and then chucked down, because that's why there was no one else in there, right?
And then the blood got on the seat when
Well,
McGuilded lifted him onto the seat
Well, the blood
from
on the
floor.
The blood on the floor thing is a bit strange because, as you say, that wasn't there before, so I'm a bit confused as to what's going on there. But that would explain the blood on the floor. And then, as you say, the thud, lifting him onto the seat, everything.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Wait. Hang on. Can we actually point out that little latch there? That's.
Oh, this is a lovely
You
skylight.
can certainly see inside the carriage to this opening, that's for sure.
There's a lamp. Blah 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 blah. God.
Nope.
Damn it. Okay.
Maybe we just need to.
Yeah.
Not,
No, for sure.
Actually,
but
wait for the banana.
I know. The picture of the banana, Sarah. The picture
of the banana.
Not the banana.
We've got to unlock the picture of the
got to
banana so that we can show the banana.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
There's another entrance.
There's another entrance. And he was put there after he died. Which
Yes.
is also true. Yeah, those two are both, but this one.
If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection! I wondered what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold! The omnibus is here for all to see. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows, which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection! But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't
It would
considered.
also explain the noise. Oh, really?
Yes. One other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin.
All right, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court.
There we go.
Here is the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin?
Da 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 da. Bop.
Take that.
Oh, the music stopped.
Take that! The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight.
Don't be ridiculous, man. There's no latch or anything. Oh, wait, no, there is.
I say, the skylight?
But that's for letting in light, not people.
Objection! Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words.
You're still talking. Clearly not that lost for words.
Oh, sorry. I thought I'd messed up when you said that.
No.
However,
No, I'm not letting you talk.
Objection! The skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
objection! So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory?
Well, as you've pointed out, the omnibus is here in the courtroom, so why don't we go up and look?
Breathe, Taylor.
Both Mr. McGuilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor.
Yes, which has already been explained. As the sound of the victim falling from his seat, having been assaulted with the dagger.
Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses describe? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact.
Good gracious.
Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact. That was the moment when the victim made his entrance into the cabin.
But was it the moment that he made his entrance? Yes, I'm afraid we have run out of time.
Dear goodness.
You've court-blocked me, Sarah.
I beg your pardon. I I did no such thing.
So you'll just have to find out next time.
Yes. Don't.
Well, thank you all so very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, a comment, and again, ring the bell and subscribe for notifications about when we post new content.
Indeed.
And until you rejoin us for the next chapter, bit, evidence, nonsense in this saga, I bid you all take care.
See you later, me old china plate.
I have no idea what's happening right now. I am aghast at that.
Aghast.
So see you next time, folks. Bye.